So today's lecture is about history of veterinary pharmacology. History of veterinary pharmacology or the development of veterinary pharmacology occurred parallelly with the human pharmacology. There is an archaeological evidence for this development. What is the archaeological evidence? That is, Indian military hospital existed for horses and elephant from 5000 BC. So in India, as we have studied earlier, that Ayurveda is the ancient system of Indian medicine. At present, Ayurveda is known as CAM, that is complementary and alternative medicine. So it comes under this heading, CAM. Ayurveda we have studied for mankind, but it has two more parts. One for the animal welfare, one for the diseases and treatment of plants, that is Vriksh Ayurveda. For animal welfare, this is known as Pashu Ayurveda. So there are three kinds of Pashu, three kinds of animal. One is Ashva, that is horse, Gaja, elephant, Gau is your cattle, means bovine. So with this Ashva, these Salihotra and Nakul, they worked or they were specialized for horses, and with Gaja, Palkapya, Muni, and with this Go or cattle, Sahdev is known for the treatment of the cattle or bovine. Pasu Ayurveda, it has three parts, that is horses, elephant and cattle. In case of horses, Salihotra and Nakul. So first Salihotra. Salihotra wrote a treatise known as Salihotra Samhita, where he explained about the diseases and treatment of the equine. He was also known as father of veterinary science. Horse was the first animal where treatment was practiced, and first book on horse it was compiled and written as Anatomy of the Horse. Nakul also wrote a treatise known as Ashva Chikitsa. So these are the written material, that is Salihotra Samhita and Ashva Chikitsa, which is available. Gaja Ayurveda, that is elephant. So there was one Rishi or Muni, Palkapya. He wrote a treatise known as Hasti Ayurveda, and number 2 is Gaja Sastram. So that is presently it is available in the form of a written record. He was famous for the domestication of wild elephant. Next is the cattle or Go Ayurveda, mainly Sahdev. In this case, there is no specific treatise or written record is available, but it is supposed that he might have written something on the disease and treatment of cattle, but it is not available. So what is available is the elephant and the equine. The written text which is available is on the equine and the elephant. And in Pashu Ayurveda, first animal which was treated, that was the horse. And Salihotra is known as father of veterinary science. So we have discussed from India, that is the Pashu Ayurveda, horse, elephant and cattle. Now we'll move toward the Egypt medicine or portion from the Egypt. So the first written record of veterinary medicine, first written record, that comes from the paper known as Kahun Papyrus. So this was the first written record of veterinary medicine in Egypt, ancient medicine, Kahun Papyrus. This papyrus or paper, it was discovered in fragments. First section or first fragment deals with the medical part where 17 gynecological prescriptions are written. Second fragment or second section is related with the veterinary medicine, and third section or third fragment was related with the mathematical. So the record from this Egypt medicine as per the veterinary medicine is concerned, it is the second fragment or second section of the Kahun papyrus. After Egypt, we'll move toward the Mesopotamian or Mesopotamian medicine. There, one name that is concerned with Mesopotamian was the Hammurabi. There is Code of Hammurabi. For the first time, penalties for malpractice were introduced, and fee level or fee scale laid down. It is known as the first codification of medical practice. So, Code of Hammurabi, this was the code where some rules and laws related with the medical or veterinary practice, they were introduced, in which penalties prescribed for the malpractice and fee for the doctor fee scale was laid down. So we'll see the code that is related with the veterinary surgery or veterinary operations. That is code number 224 and code number 225. These were for the veterinary surgery. So these two code 224 and code number 225, these were for the veterinary surgical operations. So if a veterinary surgeon perform any operation on ox or ass and he cure the animal, then the owner of the animal shall give 1/6 of the silver shekel as a fee to the veterinary surgeon. So silver shekel means the Mesopotamian coin was known as shekel, shekel. And what code 225 says that if a veterinary surgeon perform any major operation or surgery on ox and ass, and if the animal died, then the veterinary surgeon shall give 1/4 of the value of animal to the owner. So these two codes are the example from the code of Hammurabi, that is 24 and 25, related with the surgeries performed by veterinarian. So these were some rules or laws for the veterinary practice. Similarly, some laws were prepared for human medical practice and penalties for the malpractice. For example, this 225 is nothing but a penalty for doctor. That is, he shall give 1/4 of the value of animal to the owner. Then Publius Vegetius. This was the veterinary compilation for farm animal treatment. We have discussed about the compilation of first Materia Medica compilation, first Pharmacopoeia compilation. This was Dioscoride and Materia Medica Dioscoride, and this was from Cordus, Valerius Cordus. Similarly, there is a veterinary compilation for the farm animal treatment, that is known as Publius Vegetius. So after this veterinary compilation, will go toward the renaissance of the veterinary medicine that start with the establishment of first veterinary school at Lyon, France in 1762. So establishment of this school, it marks the renaissance of the veterinary medicine. So this school was developed or established as a response or as a result of the rinderpest cattle plague in France 1762, place name Lyon. So this renaissance of veterinary medicine, it begins with the establishment of world first veterinary school 1762 Lyon, France, and this was established by Claude Borlet, and he also published first veterinary materia medica book. At that time, materia medica was taught in the schools. There was no separate pharmacology discipline. So the first veterinary materia medica book was published by the Claude Borlat, that was a veterinary surgeon, and he also defined this materia medica. So the definition according to the Borlat is knowledge of drugs and simple substances which are supplied by the three kingdoms: plant kingdom, animal and minerals, which can be used for the treatment of human or animal diseases. So this was the definition of materia medica. So this was the definition of materia medica as per the Claude Borlat. So after the development of or establishment of world first veterinary school, that is in 1762, world first veterinary school, after 100 years, all these schools or colleges, they belong to India. First army veterinary school was established in 1862, that is 100 years after the world first school, and it was established at Pune. 1877, first veterinary college was established. This was first army veterinary school, but if they ask about the college, the answer is Babugad. After this, in 1882, veterinary college at Lahore, and then 86, Bombay Veterinary College. So this was the establishment of colleges from the school, that is world first veterinary school, Lyon. So first veterinary materia medica book was published, authored by the Borlat. There are some other veterinary materia medica books. Number 1, Veterinarian's Vade Mecum. This was authored by John Gamby in England. Number 2 is VMMT, that is Veterinary Materia Medica and Therapeutics. It was authored by Neelam Winslow. So these are the three veterinary materia medica, and the first was belonged to Claude Borlat. So for this materia medica, these three veterinary materia medica, the term pharmacology for the study of materia medica, it was given by Dale in 1962 in London. So what term was given by pharmacology? But this term that we study today, pharmacology, this term was not given by Dale. So this terminology is different from the modern term pharmacology. So after Claude Borlet, L. John Meyer, Leo Jones Meyer, that is known as father of modern veterinary pharmacology. He also defined materia medica. According to him, materia medica is a descriptive study. There is no experimental proof, there is no experimental evidence. This is a theoretical or descriptive study of IP3. IP3 means indication, pharmacy, pharmacognosy and posology. So it is a descriptive study of IP3. So there was one important event which shifted this materia medica into actual science of pharmacology. So what was the event? That event was the publication of a book which is named as Veterinary Pharmacology and Therapeutics. This book, first edition, was published in 1954 by Jones Meyer. So publication of this book, it shifted materia medica to veterinary pharmacology as a discipline, as a subject. So with this publication of the first edition of the book, he signed death warrant of materia medica. Means from this onward, materia medica completely obsolete. Completely obsolete. So after the publication of the first book, or the establishment of veterinary pharmacology as a discipline, as a subject, then it spread in different countries like America and Europe. So the organized veterinary pharmacology, it occurred simultaneously in America and Europe. In case of USA, American Academy of Veterinary Pharmacology and Therapeutics was founded in 1977. Simultaneously in Europe, the European Association for VPT, founded in 1978, 1 year later from the American Academy. So this is American Academy and this is European Association. Both are for VPT, Veterinary Pharmacology and Therapeutics. These two, Academy and Association, these two, along with British Association, they launched one journal that is known as Journal of VPT. JVPT means Journal of Veterinary Pharmacology and Therapeutics in 1978. And who was the founder of Journal of VPT? Dr. Andrew Yoxall. And this British Association for Veterinary Clinical Pharmacology and Toxicology. So these two, along with British Association for VCPT, that is Veterinary Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics, these are VPT. But this is VCPT, means the C is different and C means clinical. So they launched Journal of VPT in 1978, whose founder was Andrew Yoxall. So this was the transformation of veterinary materia medica to veterinary pharmacology to Journal of Veterinary Pharmacology and Therapeutic. This was the transformation from simple materia medica to veterinary pharmacology to Journal of Veterinary Pharmacology and Therapeutics.